Hello everybody. It's been a little while since I've done an update or a video really of any kind. So let's see what I've done. A while ago now I did a quick little video, like a 3-minute video showing some of the progress over here. But that's not what I really want to show you today. I'm just kind of give you a quick overview of what I've shown in the last video. But over here is where the newest stuff is. Okay? And it goes from right about here all the way down to the end there. I turned on the lights here in hopes that maybe it will help light this up a little bit, but it might also be too bright, I don't know. But one thing I did starting over here was I gave Arby's a sign, a little street sign. I pulled the little Arby's logos off the side of the building. This is one of the Menards buildings, and I just painted the area black where it was and made a little street sign. Right here I scratch built a band shell where throughout the summer they have in Alpena a concert in the park series. So every Saturday, like I was saying, they have a cover band or the city band go up on stage there, and there's this little hill out in front of it where the crowd will gather and listen to the music for a couple of hours. I don't know how long ago I've shown this area, but this house may not have been in the last video. So this is a newer structure that I've added here, along with the garages. And if I had shown the garages before, they probably weren't painted and finished up like they are now. So there's that. These houses were here, but they weren't finished. So now they have their driveways, garages there, all their windows and doors, the porches, all that missing stuff is now there. I really like how that copper roof came out. I think that looks really good. I also did a little bit of work here in the marina. I added these individual docks, which helps create the individual boat slips. And I also created these stairways and railings that lead down to each dock. I have to add more railings and such later, all in time. I started putting together some of these boats, but they still need to be painted and finished up. I painted up this Merchant's Row kit so it looks more like the prototype in downtown. Put all the windows and doors in this structure. Added some figures and finished up the Dairy Queen. Finished up the hobby shop, and you can see I gave it a sign, Thunder Bay Hobbies. Put a couple of figures inside of it right there. Back over here, speaking of signs, I added a Scoops, it's a little ice cream place, Scoops sign on the front of the building there. There's an attorney next to that. More businesses to be named at a later date. And while we're talking signs, I added this sign here for the Bayview Park. I don't know how well you're going to see this one. This is a sign marking the crossing of the 45th parallel, which is halfway between the equator and the North Pole. I'm going to step back a little bit so you can kind of see an overview of what I've just shown you, starting from right about there and working our way this way. Okay. And if you didn't know where we are, we're in Alpena, Michigan. Over here by the power plant, I added a couple of small retaining walls just to keep the coal out of the water, out of the river. Add a conveyor that now goes from the crusher or the limestone facility over to this dome. And I forget the name of the dome. I forget the name of the structure. It starts with an S, but it's right out in front of the cement plant. So I thought, hey, I might as well include that. So I wrapped it in flex paste and added the ribs around the side and the cap. And then the conveyor continues up over the loading dock here and up to the top of these silos. Now we're standing on the other side of the cement plant, and again, I don't know how well you'll see that sign there, but it says Lafarge Alpena plant, modeled after the real sign, which I believe today is no longer standing. Not that it shows up all that much, but I added a couple new trees right in here as well. And then here, as I step back, it's kind of an overview of this area that I just shown you. So since September, I started working, I'll say here on this corner, okay, which is when I added the gas wells. I added another one of these high tension towers. Add a little bit of scenery here and there. Now I'm just going to slowly walk around the entire area that I've worked on. Kind of a recap. This is the U.S. gypsum facility. I believe today it's called National Gypsum, and it's not served by rail today. But back in the 80s and 90s it still was. Right here I added a barbed wire fence. Scratch built that. This is one of those new Woodland Scenics chain link fences. I think that looks pretty good. Wrapping the feral gas is some of the Walther's chain link fencing kits. Of course, I created these signs for feral gas, for the Taco Bell. I custom printed the Marathon gas station signs that wrap around the pump island and on the sign there. Yep. The roundhouse here is semi-boarded up, which means it's towards the end of its life. Today this no longer exists. This was all torn down and they built a Walmart in its place. So you can see it's all fenced off because it's rarely used in the era of my layout. Then we swing over here to the stuff I was showing you in Alpena. Figure right there, little guy heading towards his boat. And there we are. Alright, here's just an overview of the whole layout. I have the lights off way over there, so it's kind of dark. But, yeah, done quite a bit of work actually on the layout since September. Not sure exactly where I'm going to be working next, but it's really starting to come together. And of course, while I was doing all of this, I also found time to scratch build this freighter. It's not done, but I think it looks pretty good, especially considering it only took a little over a month to get it to this point from nothing. It's entirely scratch built. So while we're here, I'm going to mention that I might work on the blast furnace here next. Might, but don't hold me to it. So I got a little bit of track to lay. And here I actually have the blast furnace sitting out, and I've been looking at it. So again, I might be working on this next, but I don't really know. Alrighty, well, that's about it for now. I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully a lot more progress. Take care and bye for now.